Hey guys, Justin here. Today I'm going to be talking about the GTR Beta from Duncan. This is the latest bimetal by Duncan. It is based on the Grasshopper design, the Grasshopper GTX, but it's a little bit wider. This is the beta version, so apparently they're going to make some changes to this before they release the full version. This is made out of 6061 aluminum with stainless steel rings. It's got a little cup here, but it is not very good for finger spins, as I'll point out later. There's a little recessed little nub on here, and it doesn't lock in very well. In the hand, it feels pretty great. It's a bit wide for my taste normally, but it feels good. It's got a nice finish on it. It feels chunky and solid. Comes with a nice string centering bearing. I'm going to string this up with some Airetic Standard, take it through a few tricks, and see how well it does. The music that you're hearing in the background is by Timid. You should check out his SoundCloud in the description below.
During Cold Fusion to Kamikaze, it doesn't feel super aggressive, but it still feels powerful. There's tons of spin left after the trick. It could certainly handle longer combos. I didn't feel any friction with multiple strings in the gap. Despite the width, I had no issue catching on specific strings during this trick. On Skin the Gerbil, on the throw down it doesn't feel like it wants to go super fast, but as soon as you push it, it speeds up quite a bit. On this trick, I did hit some strings unintentionally from time to time. During Bouncy Castle, the GTR feels great on the hops. It feels well weighted and easy to catch. On Calypso, the GTR Beta grinds great. After a bit it will start to lean though, but it's really easy to get your finger in the right spot quickly. The GTR Beta is not the best finger spinning yo-yo. There's no good spot to get your finger in. You can do it briefly, but it's definitely not made for finger spins. On horizontal, it feels good and stable. I have no complaints, and I think if I was a better horizontal player, this one might be pretty good.
Here are my final thoughts on the GTR Beta by Duncan. So it feels good and stable. It seems to spin for quite a while. I didn't really have any issues with the spin time. As a matter of fact, after doing longer combos, it still snaps back pretty hard, which indicates to me that it's got quite a bit more life on it. This yo-yo is very easy to move around. At first, I thought it was a bit too slow, but then after playing with it for a little bit longer, getting used to it, you can push it pretty hard. This yo-yo is very wide, very catchable. The only real issue I had was that it might hit other strings if there was a bunch of strings and I was trying to land on a specific one. In terms of gap width, I have no real complaints. It would occasionally snag, but not very often. It was pretty rare. With many layers of strings in the gap, I didn't quite feel resistance, but I could tell that it was affecting the spin time. When I first bought this, I had pretty high expectations because I love the Grasshopper GTX and I was really excited to see the next evolution of that. And on my first throw, I wasn't terribly impressed. However, as I spent more time with it, I grew to love it, and I think that it is a great follow-up to the Grasshopper GTX. This would be a great yo-yo to learn new tricks on because it's wide, it's stable, it's long spinning, it's powerful. It's a great combination of things. And the weight is something I really like on this Yoyo too. Like, it feels very well weighted. It doesn't feel heavy, it doesn't feel light. It just feels right, it feels correct. This Yoyo is very smooth and very stable. It plays really well, it feels good, and I would definitely recommend this one. As for this versus the Grasshopper GTX, I think I like the GTX just a little bit more. It feels a little bit faster and a little bit... someone else said it felt more aggressive, and I would have to agree with that, and I like that aspect of it just a little bit more. Those are my thoughts on the GTR Beta from Duncan. Thanks for watching. See you next time.